My name is Gibson, and I'm the creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video, and in this video, I want to take you through 5 key mistakes that people often make when trying to get their ex back and what you can do instead. Hey, I just wanted to jump in here really quick and let you know exciting news, which is that we are launching round 2 of integrated attachment theory coaching training. This is training with me about everything related to attachment styles, reconditioning the subconscious mind, and also includes a full session all about how to build your business, how to produce funnels, how to really up level so that you can work from home, work with clients, have the freedom and flexibility you want to be of service, to contribute after a whole bunch of training, really learning about these tools and tips from the inside out. I'm really excited to be sharing this. We won't be doing this again till literally probably October of next year, 2023. So join now while you can. We're doing this because of popular demand from our last one. Our seats filled up so quickly, and I would love to be able to share this with you. So if you want to learn more and get on the list below, you can click the link in the description box, and we begin this October 5th. So the first mistake is often what happens is people don't dialogue about the past and then come up with solutions and strategies for how to resolve past issues. Now, this may seem like a funny thing, right? Like you're trying to get your ex back and you're like, whoa, we have to have this whole conversation. But what happens when you do is that the other person reestablishes trust. They start feeling like, oh, you see and hear where I'm coming from. You see what hurts me, or you have solutions and strategies, and they start to lower their defenses. So this is an important first step to take. Obviously, once you've reconnected and sat down together and had the ability to have a conversation. But if you're trying to win your ex back, this is going to be a necessary ingredient to get there, especially so that you don't end up just going right back into the same situation, doing the same thing over and over again, and then just getting the same result where there's a breakup again, right? That's what we want to avoid at all costs. Number 2 is that there isn't accountability taken. This is such a powerful one. If you can say your part and what you did wrong and be fully accountable, the ego mind wants to be like, no, I don't want to do that. But it is so beautiful to be able to make amends by saying hey, even if my part was this big and the other person's part was this big, for me to own my part. I personally feel like there's so much freedom in owning our part and being accountable and saying hey, you know what? I messed up here and here. We can still have the dialogue if somebody had a part this big and we want to reestablish that relationship. We can say, hey, I need you to own your part too. But it's really powerful when we're trying to reconnect to lead with that, to acknowledge this exact stuff, right? Our part specifically, get clear, get specific. And this brings me to number 3, which is sometimes when we do these things, we're not vulnerable enough. And so we have to be able to say here's what was going on for me when that happened. Let's pretend that I just go missing. Okay, let's pretend I'm dating somebody for 6 months. I'm dating Bob. And 6 months in, everything's great. Everything's going well. And I disappear for 2 weeks. And then when I come back, I'm like, hey, Bob, sorry, I was going through a hard time. And Bob's like, what do you mean? We were talking almost every day and then you're gone for 2 weeks. That can't happen. We're broken up now. And I'm trying to make amends. If I just say, hey, I totally see why that would hurt you. And I can see why that would make you feel uncertain and you can't trust me. And you're not sure if I'm really going to be here. And you're afraid I'm going to do it again. And you're going to be left waiting. And I see what you felt like that entire time that I did that. You probably just felt in shock and felt afraid and frustrated. Here I am, I'm owning my part and I'm validating Bob's feelings. And it's great. That's a great start. But guess what else Bob needs? Bob needs context. The vast majority of the time, Bob needs to know it's because X, Y, and Z, right? It's because I was in a depressive episode, let's pretend, right? There would probably be a pretty big, situation for somebody to go offline for 2 weeks, right? Just out of the blue. And so whatever that is, obviously this is an extreme pretend example, right? But that has to be given context so that now we can actually work towards repairing whatever it is that's taking place there. So context is so important, and that requires vulnerability. It requires letting somebody in and letting them see you in your imperfect moments and sort of figuring out what was taking place there. Number 4, people, when they try to get back together or win somebody back over, they expect too much too soon. This is a huge place this goes wrong. This is such an important thing. When you're reconnecting, getting back together, yes, it's not always fun to go back to square one, but you're dating all over again. You're vetting all over again. You're trying to see, is this person actually a fit for my life again, and vice versa. And it's such an important part of this work. By the way, if you want to, check out a course for free that goes really in depth to this. It's called How to Repair a Relationship, how to repair any relationship. And it talks about the different stages of closeness and what's required, and talks about all the key sort of things to move through. And you can check it out for free for 7 days using the link below. And it gives you access to actually all of our courses. You go in, type in repair or repair any relationship, and you'll see that course pop up on your dashboard. You can dive right in and you'll be able to work through it within 7 days. So with that being said, this brings me to point number 5, which is sometimes we move too fast without taking somebody's attachment style into consideration as well. Like when we start reconnecting, a DA is going to move at a different pace than an FA, right? A DA is going to have their guard up a little longer, their defense is a little higher. A fearful avoidant is going to be a little more anxious sometimes and wanting to kind of get to a result, but they'll still move a little slower than an anxious, preoccupied person who's going to want to jump right back in. But at the end of the day, a securely attached person, when reconnecting, will move at a pace where they sort of date all over again. We're looking to see that the needle's moving, right? Those things that broke us up, we're repairing together and we're seeing progress collectively. And as we're seeing that, we start letting our guard down, letting our defenses down, trusting more and more, and eventually reestablishing an actual relationship again. So 5 key principles that are super important. I hope you enjoy. Check out that course. If you want to do a deeper dive into all this stuff, you can use the link below. And please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. It would mean a lot to me. And I will see you in the next video.